Hey, can someone please explain to me why this chick has an account and I don't? I got banned for calling out Lily Tino, a pedophile wannabe transgender that goes to Disney World and takes photos of himself in the bathrooms at Disney World. She got banned and now she has her account back. Well, would you look at that? I'm gonna try to be nice. Oh no, I'm not. TikTok loves these motherfuckers. This Sade chick is as racist as they come, making fun of dead white children on social media. TikTok gives her account back. Looks like a double standard to me. And I'm not a fucking happy camper, and I don't even camp. As a diehard American conservative patriot that gets on this app and spends his time making videos and making content, TikTok steals fucking almost $4,000 from me, bans my account, but someone that spreads racial division publicly gets their account back. This is not fucking okay. The CEO of TikTok, Show Chew, somebody needs to show his ass where the door is. Oh yeah, Sade Perkins. You see that picture right there with that black girl? She's on the staff at Camp Mystic. That camp that you swore was an all-white girls camp. No black people or Latino people were allowed. If you're not a liberal or a Democrat on TikTok, your account does not stand one fucking chance in hell.
Yep, that's right, folks. Sade Perkins has now had her TikTok account reinstated. And look, I am against cancel culture. I have never called for Sade to be completely silenced, kicked off the internet, and deplatformed, because I firmly support the freedom of speech. Even when it's speech that I find hateful, disgusting, and vile, even when it's speech that I don't agree with, I still support it. Because that is what the freedom of speech is about. I think that we should all be able to say whatever we want to say, no matter how crazy it is. We should be able to say it without having to worry about consequences from social media platforms or what have you. The only consequences we should deal with from our speech is consequences from other regular, normal, everyday people. If people get pissed off at what you say and they choose to call you out and talk about how disgusting it is, I think that's fair game. But just because you say something disgusting doesn't mean that you should be deplatformed, depersoned, and totally silenced. And the reason I believe that is because everyone has a different interpretation of what they find to be disgusting or unacceptable. Hell, a lot of the stuff I say on my channel, a lot of other people would find unacceptable, and they try to silence me all the time. Now, with that being said, I don't think it's okay for these social media platforms to have double standards and different rules that apply to different races of people. I don't have a TikTok. You want to know why? Because they would ban me within 2 days. The things I say, TikTok would kick me off within 2 days. TikTok kicks off people willy-nilly for no reason. People who have said way less than Sade Perkins. We all know if Sade was white and she came on TikTok celebrating the death of a bunch of black girls, they would never be allowed on TikTok again. In fact, this entire story would have blown up to next level, right? They would have made a completely different situation out of this. So for that reason, I do question why TikTok is allowing her back on their platform. Now, as I said, I support free speech. TikTok does not. And I'm just wondering why they support hateful speech coming from Sade, but they won't support someone like me actually telling the truth on their platform. So while I support the freedom of speech, I also don't support social media platforms treating different groups and different races of people differently. And it's clear as day that that is happening, especially on TikTok. So now Sade is back on her account. She's back to spreading hate. She's spreading other stuff as well. Who knows what we're going to see from her next? But in a past video, I mentioned that Sade is one of these weirdo, whacked out racists that believes in all types of crazy conspiracies. It's one thing not to like someone because of their race. Sade is like next level racist, where she believes in like crazy conspiracies about white people being made in a lab or white people being aliens. She believes that white people are aliens from a distant galaxy that came here, and we're trying to like impose our will upon all of the other races, and that's why we get sunburned easy and all types of crazy stuff. And look, sometimes I go off on a rant in my videos and I mention a bunch of crazy things that I've seen or that I've read or that I've been exposed to while doing investigations into the stories and cases that I cover. And I understand that for people at home, sometimes they hear what I say and they're like, what in the hell is this guy talking about? What? She thinks white people are aliens. I understand that sometimes I say stuff and it makes people at home watching the videos kind of question me, like, what is this dude talking about? This dude is talking about some crazy stuff. But I assure you, when I go off on these rants and I mention crazy things, these are things that I've seen. I don't always have the time in every video to show you guys everything that I've looked at as I've prepared to make a video. I try to keep my videos kind of short instead of 3 hours long, showing you everything I've been exposed to. But I do want to flesh out this white people are alien stuff a little bit more. I showed you all a clip, a quick clip that had kind of some audio issues. Now I have the whole clip. It's a better clip so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because Sade recently uploaded a video talking about white people being aliens. She firmly believes that white people are not human. And I don't know what could be more racist than that. But before I go off on another rant talking about this crazy stuff, let me show you the video so you know what I'm talking about, so you understand that this is not coming from the mind of Cinema Shogun. No, this is the crazy, whacked out stuff that I have to see on a daily basis. If only you guys knew the half. Let's go ahead and roll the clip and then I'll be right back.
Y'all think the aliens are just in the oceans? Just wait till they announce that they're here.
The aliens are white people. I've always felt this in my soul, but now that they're finally coming out and saying that, yes, they are real, yes, they're in the ocean, wait until they tell y'all that the aliens are the white people. The people who are never at peace on this planet. The people who have no empathy for anyone else who don't look like them. The people who are constantly poisoning the air and the water as if they can survive on something other than air and water. The people who are putting chemicals in the food. The people who can't even stand in the sun. Okay? The sun that evolves around this entire planet. Everything on it and everyone except them are built to withstand the elements of this planet. So yeah, that's my theory and I'm sticking to it. The aliens are the white people.
White people who are never at peace. You know, I always wonder, where does this line of thinking come from? Where does this logic come from? Because it's not based in reality. It's not based in fact. I always wonder, like, what have these people seen? What have these people experienced that makes them view life this way? Because in actual reality, it doesn't matter where you live in America. We all know that there are differences between the white neighborhoods and the black neighborhoods. The white neighborhoods are always more peaceful. It doesn't matter where you live in America. We all know there are different parts of town. There's the bad part of town in every city. And the bad part of town is always where There's not a lot of white people. Let's just say that. The bad side of town is never the white side of town. It's always the other side of town, filled with people that look like Sade Perkins. So where does this logic come from? Like I said, anywhere in America right now as we speak, you could leave your house and get in the car and go see for yourself. Okay? The white areas are always more peaceful. Every town has an area where more white people are, and then they got areas where there's less white people. And some of the bad areas in your city used to be an area where there was a lot of white people, but those white people started migrating to other sides of town when things started getting less peaceful due to people like Sade Perkins. Look at the violence in your own community. I mean, it's just always a total lack of self-awareness in people like her. Always. And I find it it's so odd. It's almost fascinating in a way, like it should be studied for real. Because people like Sade Perkins, she has made her entire personality, her entire being is all about being anti-white, right? Yet people like her who are super anti-white, they're always the people crying about racism the loudest. But what is more racist than dehumanizing an entire race of people and suggesting that they're not even human beings? I mean, this woman's racism has gone so far that she believes that white people are secretly hiding the fact that they don't need to drink water or breathe air because we're aliens from another planet, and that's why we're polluting the air and the river. That's why we're polluting the air and the water, because white people don't breathe and we don't drink. It's a big secret that we've been keeping from black people for so long. For so long, right? And it's just like the white privilege myth. I'm still waiting on my white privilege, and I guess I kind of missed the part where white people don't have to breathe or drink water. And I wonder if Sade feels this way about her husband. I know her husband's Jewish, but does she think he's an alien too? Is this how she explains away the fact that all over the world, societies, countries that are run by white people, that have majority white people, all of those countries are developed, proper societies with functional economies and stuff like that? She thinks that's because we're aliens? I don't know. Because if you look at the world, everywhere that is inhabited by majority white people, those are all the more developed places in the world, Asians as well. But then you look at countries where it's nothing but people that look like Sade Perkins. And there's a big difference. So maybe we are aliens. Maybe that explains why we are able to successfully do things while people like Sade Perkins are not. Maybe we are aliens. Maybe she's right. Because there is a drastic difference when you look at societies and cultures and countries that were founded and started by white people and countries that are predominantly black. There is a drastic difference. I don't know if it's because we're aliens or if there's some other reason. Maybe Sade should look into that a little bit and figure out what's going on instead of obsessively attacking little white girls that died in a flood. But you go ahead and let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.